What's going on, Mets family? Welcome back to another live stream of our New York Mets content over here at Metcast. As always, I am Ray with my co-host Dan Bartel to the New York Post as we are live bottom second in San Francisco as Francisco Alvarez hits a triple off the wall or a double with an error. He continues to hit. David Peterson continues to pitch well. Good to see Mark Vientos in there against a lefty today, Dan. We have a lot to talk about. We'll be live throughout the game tonight, and we're going to get to, yes, all of the trade rumors. And if you want to get involved in the show, be sure to leave a comment. Smash that like button as we'll be getting to a lot of your comments throughout the show. Your trade proposals, bring them. I'm going to let you know if they're realistic or not. Well, at my perspective and Dan's perspective, I put out a couple of trades today that I thought might be fair for some of the bigger names that are out there, something that us as Met fans have wanted for so long. Wow, that sun is bright out there. But Dan, how's it going today, man? How you doing?
Good, Ray. Great to be back. It's nice to see this team, in on a trade deadline, right? It feels like so long we haven't been able to say that. Last year, it was kind of like, did we really believe in the Mets? Were we sitting here saying, were they going to be big fish hunting? I don't think it's the case this year, as we've well documented. But hey, Gregory Soto this week, that's a pretty big fit. That's a two-time All-Star. So, again, it's a lottery ticket, definitely. But I like where the Mets are moving, and it's very good to see. And you're playing really good baseball right now, too. Everybody across the board, Alvarez, Vientos on a 5-game hitting streak. So this is some good stuff we got going on. I'm really excited to get into it.
Get that value up, Vientos. As Lee hits a base hit to the left, we're going to have first and second with one out. Bottom two for David Peterson. Vientos with the 5-game hit streak. You nailed it, Dan. And I will say this, keep building that value. Whether it's for now, in the future, a potential trade piece. We saw Mike Puma come out earlier today, folks. He was so blatant about what he says, and that's why I like Mike Puma. He's been on the program plenty of times. We'll be sure to have him on again, but he reported the Mets are kind of in a lull right now. And when I mean that, it's most of MLB. There's so many teams out there outside of the White Sox, the Orioles, and even Arizona, who is now committed to this trade deadline to selling. There's still a lot of teams out there that aren't too sure where they're going to land in regard to the trade deadline. And his report said this Sunday, that's when they expect Sunday afternoon for teams to be definitive what they're doing this year so the buyers can get buying and the sellers can get selling. And let's be honest, Am, we were all holding our breath today. Aaron Judge has the right arm injury, whether it was going to be severe or not. They plan on being, as a ground ball to second base, fielded by Beatty, shuffles to Lindor onto first for the double play, inning-ending double play. Great ground ball by Peterson there. Great feed from Beatty. Beatty continues to shine over at second base, has that pick earlier in the game, but let me digress here a little bit. They're not going to challenge. Digress a little bit. But Mike Puma said that once that happens, that's when the chips will start falling. And what I was talking about was the Yankees earlier today. What if Aaron Judge had a season-ending injury? Not saying they'd be sellers, but I doubt the Yankees push all their chips in to the middle. So let's see how severe that injury is. Doesn't look like it's going to be terrible for them, but you never know with these crazy injuries. But I'm looking at a couple big names, Dan, and we'll get to them in between these innings as they're happening. We'll talk about the game live, get some of your guys' comments. Make sure you're smashing that like button. I see you, Goomba. Andre, appreciate you guys in the chat. Frank, Positive Frank, I like to call him. Mark, I see you in here. Appreciate all you guys in here. Vincent, hope everybody's having a great night. Figured it's a late night. Wife's out with a friend out for dinner. I got baby duty tonight. I drew it. She's sleeping. Figure we'd be chilling out here. But Dan, what are your initial thoughts as we're in commercial right now on this deadline? Are you expecting this to be an absolute crazy deadline or only a few pieces, big or small, to kind of move? And then we'll get to the Gregory Soto trade.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a big deadline, Ray, just based off the fact that there's not big names out there, right? There's not really those big-time heavy hitter. Paul Skeens, perfect example. He's not going anywhere at this deadline, right? You're going to have to wait till at least the offseason. Odds are a couple years. You could say O'Neal Cruz because we've talked about that a couple times. Randall Grichuk was the name traded most recently about an hour ago. So the Royals acquired him. That's not a big name, right? Gregory Soto, to an extent, not really a big name. So I don't think this is going to be that big time deadline that everybody's anticipating. But yeah, you're going to see some lateral moves. You're going to see some teams like, hey, the Yankees, Ryan McMahon, beautiful play today. They lost, but couldn't help the Mets out. But hey, McMahon had a nice play today too. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But I think teams are at a point where you've said this in past spaces. There's not enough sellers, right? There's not enough teams that are going to be giving up their assets. Because a lot of teams, the way baseball is constructed nowadays, every team's competing. So it's tough. I don't think there's really that big name. Even Sandy, right? What's going to happen with a guy like that? Edward Cabrera could go for a bigger return at this point. So it's so tricky to really figure out where these teams are standing. And that's why we heard the Puma report. It's going to be Sunday night. They make that final decision. So we'll see.
Yep. As we have Brandon Nimmo stepping in for his second at-bat. The good thing in the first inning, Robbie Ray's already at 44 pitches heading into the third, which is great. Something you touched on, Sandy Alcantara. I would give up a lot for him. I spoke to, I don't want to put his name out there. I was talking to a former player who played for the Mets for a long time. His son, we were going back and forth today, and he loves Sandy. And he gave me a couple of trades where he thinks it would be a fit for both teams. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I think Sandy would be a great fit. I had that trade earlier today, which we'll get to in a minute, but let's touch on Gregory Soto really quick. Not having the greatest of years as Nimmo drives it to deep left, and the center fielder is going to get under it for the first out. 3.96 ERA, 0-2 in 45 games, 36 innings pitched, the big 44 strikeouts, big swing and miss stuff over here. Like you said, the former All-Star, and I said, you know what? Before I take the positive Mets side of things, as Lindor is going to get ready to step in the box 0 for 0 today with a walk, I want to see what the Baltimore Oriole fans are saying, because that's where you could get a gauge, right? And the first 5 comments were all, how do we give away our best reliever for a bunch of nobodies? Look, if you don't know anything about the minor leagues, you'll say a bunch of nobodies because you're not locked into the Orioles farm system. Just like if we made a trade with Seattle, I'm not locked into their farm system. But a lot of people are saying, oh, he blows a lot of games late. I think he's going to have a different role here, though. I don't think Mets are going to be using him for whole innings. If there's 2 lefties and a righty in an inning, I see them bringing him in. Also, Andy Martino reported yesterday, as Lindor takes it down for 1-1, reported yesterday that he will be very surprised if the Mets don't add at least 2 more arms, I believe he said. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that just goes to show you. Stearns, everybody wants arms. As Lindor flies into deep right for the second out. But I want the Mets to get the higher-end relievers. That's what we're looking – oh, excuse me. That's what we're looking at here. The Mets need to get the higher-end relievers, Dan. That's, that, and also we'll get to the bats that some of that have been rumored if you want to get to that.
Yeah, and real quick, too, for anyone who doesn't know, you see a little color in my face. I was on vacation for the past week. I was with a couple Orioles fans, and I had the conversations about where their headspace was. And it's interesting, right? Because they're very devastated, right? As you could imagine, right? This is a team that won 100 games not too long ago.
A lot of promises.
A lot of promises, right? Promises made, but promises were not kept down there in Baltimore. So it's discouraging. And then to your point, it didn't make sense why you would give up a Gregory Soto. But I was trying to explain, like a Cameron Foster, guys like this that you gave up, there's a lot of development that needs to be done. But hey, you might have a diamond in the rough. Like Stearns isn't stupid. You have to give to get. And at the end of the day, I think it's just a rule. If you haven't heard of these guys, then odds are it's a pretty good trade. That's more for the fan that doesn't really know what's going on at the big league level, But at the same time, it is kind of true because, if these guys are 2 or 3 years away and there's a chance they never even make the big leagues. So, maybe Gregory Soto gets you that bridge to Edwin Diaz that we've talked about, and that's fine. I could wait 3 years and never see Cameron Foster again. So that's honestly where I'm at. And Orioles fans they're just in the dumps. I feel really
I'd be too, man. Owners made a lot of promises as Soto grounds out to the right side for the final out. How could you not, Dan? I mean, a lot of promises. That's like Steve Cohen coming in here, and we're looking, Ahmed Rosario's still our shortstop, and Andres Jimenez is at second base, and Noah Syndergaard's our ace still with a 7.5 ERA. That's kind of what they're looking at. You have brand new owners down there in Baltimore. They promise you the world. You get that big chip pitcher and you let him walk for nothing, literally nothing. And it's, very sad to see. But look, I've been a proponent of it. I've spoken to you about it a lot. If I'm baseball, I say, you know what? The MLB trade deadline is going to get moved back to the first Thursday in August. That way it gives an extra 5 games. Teams will know a lot more. And you know what you do that day, Dan? You give everybody in MLB off that day. You make it an event like the NFL makes a draft an event. Like, when off-season hype's there, every team's off. That way, if you get traded, you could be playing on Friday. I think that's the way to go. I doubt MLB would ever do anything like that. But that's a thought. It's a few more games considering there's so many playoff teams now. It's hard to swap back and forth. You know what I mean? There's so many teams now. Not a lot of teams are going to make that decision. And remember, you're signaling to your fan base, our season is over. An extra 5 games might change that.
Yeah, and also we talked about this a couple of times with the Orioles, right? They're stacking up the farm system. They're not dumb, right? Teams are not, you don't win 100 games by accident, and these teams know what they have. Like Samuel Basallo, we talked about, a number 1 prospect for the Orioles, very good player. But they have other guys coming up, Enrique Bradfield Jr. I would love to see this guy at the big league level before too long, but it seems more like next year for a guy like that. Dylan Beavers, another player in the Orioles system that's very, very good. And it's just, we had the conversation on draft night. Might have been the day after we were talking about it here on Metcast. Why did the Orioles draft 2 catching prospects with their 2 top picks? Kind of makes you think that Adley Rutschman's time is over. And it's just that next man up mentality. For the Mets, it's a little bit different, right? We're kind of loading up on the pitching side, not really looking at a catcher at this point. I think Alvarez has proven himself. But third base, right? You have guys like Jacob Reimer coming up, Jesus Baez, Elian Pena, right? It just keeps on going down the pike. And that's not even talking about a Jet Williams. So the Mets are doing it a little bit different than other teams, but a lot of these teams do a lot of the same things, Ray. You know as well as anybody. These teams stock up the farm.
So and you get more darts thrown at the board. And when you talk about a failed prospect, everybody thought as Peterson jumps off the mound, fires at the first, throws it wide, Pete grabs it and gets the tag on Kinzinger for the first out. What a great – Alonso's been unbelievable at first base lately. He's got to keep the mustache going. It must be the mustache magic. Adley Rutschman, bro. 227. His OPS is 691 this year. His OPS plus, remember, league average player, folks, is 100, is a 96. He's below average for such a highly talented prospect coming into this season. It's wild how that works. And we got a minor league update really quick. As Ramos steps in the box, Ryan Clifford has just launched his 20th home run of the season in the minor leagues. He has 3 home runs in his last 4 games, and boy, was that a bomb. I wouldn't be surprised if they say that was 420, 430. That was an absolute nuke. So high things in. I mean, that's another prospect we got to talk about, Dan. You have a budding star down in the minor leagues at first base with Ryan Clifford, and then you have Pete Alonso still out here at first base. Another decision that's got to be made. Can Clifford play a corner outfield position? Could you bring him up to be a DH? Because let's be honest, he's lefty. As there's a sharp ground ball to Lindor, who fields it, fires it across the diamond, and Ramos is set down for the second out. Could he be one of those guys who just comes up and Pete DHs? Would he accept a DH role in 2 years? Because that's what you're probably looking at. Probably not next year, the year after, once he turns 24, when Pete's 33. Could they do something like that? I don't know. But that's what's so good. You want these issues. That's something as Mets fans we haven't had in forever, if we're being honest here. You want that issue. You want your GM having to decide between a bunch of players, because that means you have more darts to throw at the board as Rafael Devers steps in. 5 for 11 on his career against Peterson. The 0-1 from Peterson. Hi. 1-1. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's interesting. It really is. I mean, I just don't know what the Mets are going to be looking to give up. That's the bottom line.
Ground ball, stretch from Lindor, snags it, fires him out. Pete digs it out. Go ahead, finish your thought.
I don't know what the Mets are willing to depart with. If you asked me who would you want to depart with, I'd say Mark Vientos, but I'd be called crazy. And I don't know. It's hard to put yourself in the mind of the Mets right now. I mean, I'd go out and get a Luis Robert. It's not even close at this point. Like, make this team better and do what you can to make it better. But we'll see. It's not going to be easy, right? Stearns talked to the media, I think it was today, and said, if I can go out and get a starter that raises the ceiling of the whole staff, sure. But at the same time, those guys are not cheap. So
Right.
it's tough.
So I want to quickly get to the trade that I launched. Shares were in between innings. Another beautiful play by Lindor, stretching to his right, up the center, grabs it, fires it into the dirt, and Pete digs it out. Pete's like Pete's goal was one day to win a Gold Glove. Just maybe. But let's bring this up here. Here we go. Let me pull this up while we're kind of in intermission. We'll get to some of your guys' comments very shortly. I promise we'll get to them. We had a couple things laid out that we wanted to get to right off the bat. But here we go, Danny boy. Here's the trade that I proposed today, and I actually think it's a very fair trade. Some Pirates fans are crapping all over it. That's because they're not a fan of the Mets minor league system. But in this proposed trade, the New York Mets would be getting 2 highly sought-after players, but they're giving up a bunch. It'd be O'Neal Cruz coming in playing center field, who's having a down year, 217 batting average. His OPS is, I believe, 103, so he's right around league average, but with the potential, we all know his potential as a cannon for an arm, big-time power when he's swinging the right way. Maybe a little bit of pressure of New York. He has that knack for being a lazy type player, supposedly, but maybe things change here around veterans who are winning. You get that third starter in Mitch Keller, who I think is a perfect number 3 starter. And a big thing he was applied for the New York Mets, maybe not a high-end starter, but that insurance. Let's be real. It is late July, and we are just healthy for the first time as Alonso swings and misses at the first pitch. We're starting the top 4. But in return, we'd be sending back Mark Vientos, who has 4 years of control left, Blade Tidwell, who has 5 years of control left, Drew Gilbert, who's absolutely tearing the cover off the ball in AAA the last 30 days, 990 OPS, 2 home runs yesterday, just a sub-1,000 OPS guy, and Jonathan Santucci, who is a highly regarded left-handed starting pitcher in the Mets system, who many think he'll be a top 10 prospect by the end of next season. So this is the trade I threw out there. I want to get your thoughts. And guys, let me know down in the comments your thoughts on this trade. Maybe we could pick a couple players to put in and out of here, but I'm trying to make it as realistic as possible.
Yeah, first things first, right? I think it is reasonable, right? I don't think it's anything like, the Mets are giving up too much here. The only thing I would say is from Pittsburgh's side, would they be willing to part with an O'Neal Cruz who, if you asked me, this guy is dynamic. We've all seen what he's done, the exit velocities, it speaks for itself. And then the fact that Mitch Keller is a little expensive, but you are giving up a Vientos, a Drew Gilbert, a Santucci. The only pushback from the Mets would be you have 2 lefties in the Mets system in terms of pitchers, right? Connor Ware, who they drafted out of LSU this past draft, and Jonathan Santucci, who is a Duke guy, smart kid, always threw hard out of high school. The velocity has ticked up over time. For me, I would like to maybe swap out Santucci if I could. That's just me, though, Ray. At the end of the day, I do think you're in the ballpark. Maybe just 1 or 2 arms. You could take a Santucci out and put.
Hold on one sec. We got a line drive down the line. Marte's going to be on second. Pete heads for third. The Mets will have second and third. Nobody out as Marte doubles down the line. Another guy who's been floated around in trade circles as of late. Sorry, Dan. Go ahead. I hate to cut you off. We got
it's all good. And shout
big
out Marte.
plays happening here, folks.
Oh, yeah. I got to be on top of it myself. But, yeah, I just think Santucci is a dime a dozen because the Mets don't really have a lot of lefties in the system right now. If I could swap him out, do a Nate Dom and a Jack Wenninger and kind of package that together, I think that would be enough with Tidwell, Gilbert, and Vientos. But yeah, it's right there, right? These hypothetical trades, a lot of the time, there's a lot of pushback, and I think you've seen that. Certainly, I have definitely seen.
Oh, yeah, no matter what.
It's like you don't know what you're talking about. Well, guess what? None of us do. That's why we're not GMs. I don't know. We're doing this for fun. I
watched the farm, and we watched the farm system more. You know who I talked about this with? I talked about it with Ernest Stove. We had in the program yesterday live. You can go check that video out. But nobody knows the Mets farm system more than him. And he loves Jonathan Santucci, I'll tell you right now. and he likes what Drew Gilbert's doing. And we saw what Stearns just said the other day, Dan. Gilbert's starting to put people on notice. As Beatty steps in, fouls it off himself, he'll be down 0-2. So you got to give to get, and I actually think that's a reasonable package. I know a lot of people are going to say, some people are going to kill it, some people are going to like it. That's how you know it's kind of in the middle. That's how I look at it. But it gives you 2 upgrades, and it doesn't stop you from going and getting bullpen help. Because I'm not sold on Luis Roberts as the 0-2 to Beatty.
I would like to try and put Jet Williams in the trade, but I know you're a Jet Williams guy, and I get that.
Say that again?
You know, I would like to have Jet Williams in the trade. Maybe take out Gilbert, try to put Williams in there, and really mix it up. But I know you're a Jet Williams guy.
He's untradeable.
And Beatty taps one up to Ray up the first base line, flips it to Devers, and he can't make the play.
Oh, Danny boy, I'm a half second behind you.
Everybody.
Yo, Pete didn't run. How does Pete not score there? Wait a second. How the hell does Pete not score there? Dan, hit the 10-second button one time. Dan, hit that 10-second button one time.
Devers, flashing off Devers, replay of Beatty, hits the
ball. What's Petey boy doing there? Once the pitcher turns his back.
Yeah, come on, Pete. His momentum's moving away.
They're giving him a base hit there. I actually think that might be a base hit. Let's see.
That's not terrible, though, Ray. I mean, if Pete did go,
you know what? Devers wasn't on the bag, so it's either a fielder's choice. I don't think it's got to be a hit because Devers never got to the bag. Did you hit the 10-second button, Dan?
Yes. Yeah, they're on the mound right now talking.
Okay, let's get somebody's comments really quickly. Shout out to a lot of people in the chat. Taylor sucks from Big Frank. That was from earlier, I assume, when he struck out in a terrible at-bat. Yo, Albie triple. Def deserves a party. That's right, even though I think it was a double and an error. I got to double check if they updated that. Mark, what's going on, my guy? Mark Vientos is my favorite player. How do you feel about him? Well, you see how I feel about him, bro. He's out of here. He's the odd man out. As we got Vientos stepping into the bat, let's see if he redeems himself. Swings at a ball and almost hits the plate. 0-1. We'll take a break on the comments just for this one because I might eat crow here. Let's see. Need to score here. Need to score. You got right on the ropes. 63 pitches through 3 innings as Vientos takes his timeout. All right, we got a timeout really quick. Randall Grissich just got traded to KC. I don't know what KC's doing because they're not winning anything. Let's be real.
I don't know.
Here we go. 0-1 in the dirt.
I think
Royals Peterson is going to need a break or have an innings issue. He's going to hit his, I guess that's all-time innings tonight of 121 and came in at 116 tonight. Hope he's okay for the playoffs. Maybe that's why you go back to a 6-man rotation. The 1-1 to Vientos, he fouls it back. 1-2. Florida may not sell. They're close to 500. If they don't, let's see this. I'm a 5 games guy. You have to be within 5 games, between 4.5. 1-2 to Vientos outside. You got to be within 4.5 to not sell. That's what I've always thought. Florida is 4.5, but they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams ahead of them. They're selling. They'd be ridiculous not to. 2-2, and Vientos goes down. Get him out of here. Oh, my gosh. It's the lefty, too. He's in there because he supposedly makes contact against lefties. What a terrible swing. What a terrible swing. Sorry, Dan. We're now relying on Francisco Alvarez to come through in the clutch here.
Yeah.
That just ticks me off right there. Damn. Damn.
He had a bad throw before, too, to Beatty at second.
Yes, I know, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Right.
Let's see. 0-0 to Alvarez outside. Let's catch up on this. El Jefe says, I sent Dan an SNY post. I'm feeling Stearns gets Bader. I've been saying that for 2 months.
Yeah, that was SNY a couple of days ago. I think it was Martino who was talking about Bader potentially to the Mets. We've talked about it. I wouldn't mind it. I think, I just look
Ground ball, Alvarez. Chapman steps on third, fire to first. Mets get 0 runs with bases loaded and nobody out as Vientos and Alvarez. It's
frustrating. And this is Devers' 3rd game ever at first base. So, we've seen the highs.
It didn't even look like Devers was on the bag when he picked that. That was strange.
I don't know. There's been some weird plays.
Dude, Mark Vientos, man. You are a strict DH. You can't. Dan, think about this. Every single game this guy is out there, it's a circus in the field. Sometimes his teammates make up for it where, let's be honest, he spikes that throw. If I doubt Juan Soto's backing up second base there, that's a run. That could be a run there. It's every single game when he's in the field. It's a circus out there. The only way to stick around is to hit. That's why I tweeted out earlier today. I think the Mets continue to play him at third base to try to showcase him, but he can't play third base. Everyone keeps saying, well, it's a lefty. That's why he's out there, right? Mauricio's a switch hitter. You're expecting to sit here and get a good look at Mauricio when you play him every other day. He gets no consistent playing time. Blows my mind.
Real quick, I mean, if I may, I think it's a cycle that the Mets go through. That's the best way to put it, right? Because we had this conversation about Beatty a month ago. We were saying, oh, he hits a home run, he has a great day, and then he doesn't play the next day. And that was a big problem. That happened a lot of times. I think it's now happening with Mauricio because for whatever reason, look at Beatty now. They play him every single day. They trust him. They get his bat in the lineup no matter what. Stearns said a month ago, whoever plays the most is going to be the one that they trust. I think it's not even close at this point. This is probably the last straw, if you're asking me the honest truth here, that Vientos plays third base before the deadline. I can't imagine he's going to start at third base again. I don't see it. I think this is the bone that they're throwing him, saying, all right, if you're going to finally start hitting, yeah, you're on a 5-game hit streak. You're facing a lefty. It makes a lot of
sense. Hit when it matters.
But eventually it's going to catch up to him, and they're not going to be playing him anymore. And I think that's already been happening for a few weeks. But, yeah, Mauricio is miles better than Vientos. And Beatty, too.
Yeah. I'm not sure about offensively. I'm not going to be naive. But my thing is, we know what Vientos is. He had a nice, magical run in the playoffs last year. But as I said on my live last year, I don't care what he did last year. I'm not going to take last year. I am not going to take last year what happened in the playoffs and say I can't trade him. I can't hold him accountable for what he's doing this season. As Peterson gives up a leadoff hit to right field. Oh, that is just annoying. Frank Fleming, the Mets will lose this game now. I hope Vientos gets traded. Oh, Frankie boy. Never change, Frank. Our boy Shay Goodbye podcast, Anthony, or Subway to Shay, excuse me. Bases loaded, no outs, July 26th, and the Mets team still doesn't know how to hit with runners in scoring position. Who is to blame for this continuing? As a single to center in the San Francisco's in action right now, first and second with no outs. This is tough. Andre, teams adjusted to Vientos, and he has failed to adjust. 1,000%. We saw teams adjust to Alvey these last couple of years, and he's doing that adjustment too. What do you think about Peterson's mustache here?
A couple of them have grown it out, right? You had Peterson.
I know. We're looking like the 1920s.
Yeah, it's wild. Clay Holmes last night ran up the pitch count too. I know it's a late game. We didn't get to talk about it, but I'm not too concerned about Clay Holmes. I know a lot of people are. I want him to go deeper into games. That's my point. I don't care about the pitches because I know that the pitch count is fine. It's more about him going deep into games. If he's going 4 or 5 innings a night, you're not really helping the team, Clay. You're not. 30 pitch first innings, that's not going to help anybody. So, yeah, that's the real concern for me right now. Well,
and one thing I don't understand is, I'll be honest, the Mets hitting approach. You look at like even for instance today, and we'll see what happens there. You see, Ray's had 40 or 63 pitches entering the fourth. He shouldn't get out of the fifth. He shouldn't, or he should go 5, and you're in the bullpen. That's how it should be.
Right.
You know, the Mets. I will say this too, and it's very quiet. Soto's been struggling, man. Like bad. It is bad. Lindor's taking the headline, but he's been struggling. Let's look at this game log as we pull it up. 2-2. The month of July, Soto's batting average is down to 239. What does that tell you?
Right.
Big strikeout by Peterson there. I see a lot of people in the chat are loving Mark Vientos right now. My wife's so funny. She goes, "Hey, we're at Buffalo Wild Wings. I can't believe the Met game's on." I'm like, "What do you, honey? That's why we go to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch the games."
That's funny. Shout out Buffalo Wild Wings, man. Also, they said on the broadcast, apparently the Giants have the lowest batting average in the league against left-handed pitchers who throw sliders, and Peterson's bread and butter is usually his slider. So hopefully he can keep them in this game today.
Talk about diving for stats, my God. Against sliders that are 88 or 84 to 86 miles an hour.
That's why we try to not bore you guys with analytics, right? I know some podcasts love to do that. Listen, like we can do the same exact thing. It's really not that complicated, but we like to entertain you at the same time. So you get the best of both worlds here as they're showing a great overhead angle of McCovey Cove. Barry Bonds put a good amount of baseballs in that body of water, but you know.
Yeah, I wonder if the needle came with those balls. Anyways, the Mets top 10 rankings have been updated. MLB Pipeline. We'll get to it in 1 second as Peterson's getting ready to deliver the 1-2. All the kayaks are out there. Dan, you lied. You didn't hit that 10-second button. I'm just seeing that now.
Oh. My apologies.
Yeah. See, everybody in the chat sees that?
Got that
Jeff
Verizon.
Williams is leading the way. He's number 1. Jonah Tung, talk about a guy who came out of nowhere. I don't even think he was top 30 last year. He's number 2. McLean's number 3. Benj number 4. Sproat number 5. Isn't it funny? Last year we were saying the Mets have no pitching prospects. Now they have 3 out of the top 5. And you have 4 in the top 10. AJ Ewing, a guy to look out for. He's been mashing down in a single A. Jesus Baez, who seems to be in every single trade. He's in high A. Ryan Clifford is number 6 or number 7, depending on where you look. Jacob Reimer's been making waves. Third baseman, outfielder. And when you look at a lot of these guys, they're not, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. They're older. Jet Williams, 22. Jonah Tung, 22. McLean's 24. Bange is 22. Sproats, 24, will be 25 before the end of the season. Reimer, 21. Clifford, 22. None of these guys are teenagers, which we usually see. So they're not too far away. As that was a dot. ABS, that's a strike 3 as Peterson walks the bases loaded now. Oh, boy.
Hefner going out for a chat.
Dan still hasn't hit the 10-second button.
You're ahead of me.
I'm just seeing Hefner get to the mound now.
I see Alvy walking out.
Okay.
I think we're on the same.
Appreciate everybody who's in here right now. Do me a favor, just smash that like button. It helps us out so much.
Please, guys. Yep.
I will say is I'm glad that the Mets went back to those
Soto jersey.
the bigger. No, see the Soto jersey. Right? the bigger lettering on the last names. I hated that small. Whoever came up with the small lettering should be fired.
Awful.
Here's the non-all-star Kodai Senga after getting lit up his last start with his 1.79 ERA.
You're fired. First one to guess what game show that's from gets a
dragging a bunt, bases loaded. How are you playing for one run with bases loaded and one out?
They think they have this game in the bag, right?
Clearly, they're like, just keep Vientos up. What is that? I'm sure Giants fans love that one.
Giants 4 games over 500 too, so they might be a wild card team. They're 1 game out of the wild card right now. So.
0-1 inside. Peterson almost hit him there. After Lee scorched the base hit first time up, yeah, let's do a drag bunt with bases loaded and 1 out. 1-1. Fouls it off himself. John, did that happen? Ahmed Rosario to the Yankees? Yankees have acquired infielder Ahmed Rosario from the Nationals. Rosario, 816 OPS against lefties. He's played second, third, and short. Yankees will deal Clayton Beater as the 1-2 ground ball to first base. Beatty flips it to second. They'll only get 1 as a run scores. And Brownman Martinez, an outfielder in Dominican Summer League.
Wow.
Appreciate that, John.
Ahmed Rosario continues to be passed around like a blunt. That's insane. Wow. I mean, McMahon, I like the addition. I get you got to bring in another bat. I get, but I don't know. Good for the
Yankees are making all these crazy big. He's going to start at shortstop. Anthony Volpe is terrible.
I know. Bad.
How many times do I need to say it, folks? Let's say it together on the count of 3. Bull. Now I'm saying it wrong. Farm systems matter. Plain and simple. And the Yankees have gotten away with having a bottom 5 farm system for the last 4 or 5 years. But now that there's so many teams involved, including the teams with the better farm systems, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Phillies, San Francisco, San Diego, all have better farm systems. They can't go out and get a Eugenio Suarez. They can't go out and get somebody to play shortstop. They're giving up bottom-of-the-barrel prospects because they don't have anybody. Eugenio Suarez, damn, we heard about it for 2 weeks. BT on WFAN. Sal, Evan, Tiki, Gio, everybody. Danielle McCartan, friend of the show, all thought Eugenio Suarez was a lock to be a New York Yankee, and I'm screaming here, what do you have to give up? You're not giving up Spencer Jones. You have 1 or 2 prospects the entire Major League wants, and he's going to go for something huge. That's why you see a team like Seattle who's locked in there. They're probably going to get him. Look at the farm systems.
Right. Wow. 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 Good for the Yankees. You know, that's the bottom line. Like, good for them. Making moves.
Was I on mute this whole time going off?
I think so.
Perfect. What I was saying was farm systems matter. That's the cusp of it. The Mariners will get a guy like Eugenio Suarez because teams that are more involved, think about how many more teams are now playoff teams. Now the Yankees are not, a couple of years ago, there was 1 wild card. Then they got extended to 2. Now it's 3. You have almost half the league getting in. So now you have teams like the Mariners, the Giants, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Mets, the Phillies, San Diego. All teams that have better farm systems than the Yankees. They literally cannot compete. Brian Cashman, let's be honest, one of the worst general managers I've ever seen in the history of baseball drafting players. outside of Aaron Judge, name me the star player he's drafted and developed.
Not many, right?
Like the Mets have Alonso. They have Nimmo.
Right.
They have guys. They have homegrown talent all over. Alvarez, who's not pitching that great. I understand it. David Peterson, an all-star pitcher. You look across the town, they got one guy. And he's out of the lineup. They can't win. Think about their rotation. All 5 pitchers in their rotation were free agents. Every single one of them. Marcus Stroman, Rondon, Max Fried, Garrett Cole, who's injured. Even
Schlittler's homegrown.
The only one.
Right. That's it.
And he's okay.
Yeah. I hear you, Ray. You know that.
I mean, let's be honest here. He hasn't. He's been their GM for how many years now, and can't develop anybody. We were told Anthony Volpe was the next Jeter. I will say this: one thing, the Yankees. My last thing on the Yankees, they are great at talking up their prospects. Esteban Florial was supposed to be the next Andrew Jones. Jason Dominguez was supposed to be Mike Trout. Dalvi Garcia was supposed to be Pedro Martinez. As Taylor extends his at bat, pitch number 6. I mean, that's why I look forward to having a general manager like David Stearns, a guy we know who knows to identify prospects that are good. That wind is blowing out to center. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Taylor, 2-2 outside. Good at bat by Taylor here, running up that pitch count. Ray has no outs in the 5th and is about to throw his 77th pitch of the game. He should be a little bit higher, but it is what it is. 3-2. Taylor takes it. Oh, my gosh. Get him off the team. Man, it's just not competitive. You're not even – it's a fastball right on the inner half of the plate. What are you looking for there? It's like when you're a kid, you're always taught the yes, 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 no. He's just like, no. If it's not down the middle, I'm not swinging. Dude, it's tough. Very tough.
It's tough. I'm going to skip ahead, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to calmly watch it because I feel like this is one of those games where I'm going to be more upset than I am happy, and you'll see why in about – yeah, we'll see. And real quick.
Well, who gets drilled?
So, Nimmo.
My God, Devers, what the frick was that?
Smoked the ball to – that was just – I don't even know. That was just playing soccer out here. He's out here booting it in. But, you know, we'll see. 1-0 game. I have a quick trivia question for you guys. I want to just throw this in there, get this back going again. 1986, what veteran outfielder was released by the Mets in the middle of the 1986 season? Was it Cleon Jones, George Foster, Lee Mazzilli, or Rusty Staub? I'll say it again. What veteran outfielder in 1986 was released by the Mets in the middle of the season? Cleon Jones, George Foster, Lee Mazzilli, or Rusty Staub? And that's your Metcast trivia question of the night, brought to you by Backyard Baseball. So there we go.
Talking about Backyard Baseball, one of our sponsors here, they're at a lot of the Mets home games giving out free, like, those henna tattoos.
Yeah.
They're at the game. And, guys, I will be at the game next Saturday. Dan might be joining me. I don't know. It's up to him. Be joining a couple people in the Metcast community. If you guys want to stop by, say hello, chat it up live with us before the game, just reach out to me over on X or on Facebook.
Shout out to Andre Manassi and George Foster, the first person to get it tonight. Well done, Andre. I see a bunch of the comments too, guys. Yeah, Foster, Gary, Jeffrey, Nick.
Oh, Lindor crushes it. Oh, my gosh. Even with the wind blowing out, it just dies.
Brutal. These balls, Ray, I'm telling you, there's some truth to that. When Andrew McCutcheon, replied under, I believe it was Ben Yole's tweet, there was some truth to that, definitely. So we'll see. It's bad, man. And also, shout out to the Hall of Fame, too, today. Big day, of course. Ichiro, CC, Dick Allen, I mean, it's just what a day. Dave Parker getting his day too. So really special day. Now Joe Mauer as well. So
Joe Mauer, the hit king himself, huh?
crazy, right?
That's going to come back to bite us, Goomba. Now, screaming when it happened. Pete should have scored from first on that ground ball. He didn't even move. The mental errors. And look, I love Pete. Everybody knows that. But the mental errors haunt us. Haunt us.
Billy Wagner, not Mauer. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, Joe Mauer is still a great player.
Well, yeah, and also, guy, it was the year prior. But, yeah, Billy, of course. It took him 10 years to get in, but he finally gets in, which is great.
Trying to look up Gregory Soto's splits.
Mm.
He is 30 and a UFA after this year.
Billy Wagner's an interesting one, man. I say this all the time on Spaces, like, by getting Billy Wagner into the Hall of Fame, you are now lowering the standards for other closers to get into the Hall of Fame. You know, Kenley Jansen, probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Aroldis Chapman, probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Craig Kimbrell, Hall of Famer. That wasn't the case a couple years back. Josh Hader might have an outsider's chance at the Hall of Fame. I hate to say it. You know, again, you have to see how the end of his career goes. But a guy like Craig Kimbrell, 5th all-time in saves, yeah, he's getting in the Hall, no doubt.
So here we have Greg Soto. He's actually faced more righties this year. 90 batters righty and 70 lefty. Is this for the? I want to make sure I'm in the right year. Yep. His whip against lefties is .94. Against righties, it's 160. But here's some fascinating stuff. He has given up 2 home runs to lefties. He's only given up 2 home runs all year. They're both to lefties. Forced 3 double plays.
That's interesting.
And what's interesting too is he's faced 20 more right-handers than lefties, and he has the same amount of strikeouts versus both. 22 and 22, which means he's striking out lefties at a really good clip.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see there.
Yeah. That's interesting. And that's the one hole we were really trying to address, right? Out of anything we were talking about this trade deadline, right? Center field, third base, catcher, whatever you want to say. Left-handed bullpen was the number one thing every single time. And the Mets addressed it, so credit to David Stearns.
I see this too. Yes, Daniel, they got Rosario. McNeil hitting 300 versus lefties. Why isn't he playing second base?
I think because just Beatty's playing a good second base, you know?
He should be playing for McNeil. Beatty should be at third. You get the better.
No, I hear you. As that ball's ripped into the gap.
Dan, I'm behind
you. I'm ahead. I know. It's better for us to be ahead, Ray, than the people at home.
It's all right. They could be behind me. I don't care.
But I'll go back.
You get the reaction.
I got you. Yeah, now he's on first base.
Pruma, I can't watch Taylor strike out anymore. He's JD Davis 2.0. That is disrespectful. JD Davis.
Yes, Tyrone Taylor playing in the Pacific League in Japan. I don't know. We'll see.
Buzz, what's up, brother? Buzz, one of our members. Appreciate you checking in, guys. If you want to be guaranteed to get your messages read on our live, consider becoming a member on YouTube or subscriber on Facebook. I know I saw Bob in here earlier. Shout out to Bob, one of our members over on Facebook. Saw you checking in. Mets need center fielder badly, and I don't think they're going to address it.
So Mr. Met is all the way out there at Oracle Park in San Fran. That's pretty cool. I didn't know Mr. Met traveled to away games. Honestly, I don't ever remember that, but maybe he does.
Man, I would have loved to have had Devers.
Oh, yeah.
Would have changed his team.
Imagine him behind Pete, lefty, righty, all the way down. Absolutely.
He'd probably be my 2-hitter.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that.
Or he could be your 3-hitter. I don't know. You want to go Nimmo, Devers, Soto, Lindor, Pete?
I would have went Nimmo, Lindor, Soto, Pete, Devers.
I mean, you can hit the lefties back to back. Devers, I'm sure, hits lefties fine, and we all know Soto hits lefties fine.
You could.
Very rare breed, but you know.
That was one of those like Luca deals too. You know, it felt like it was only one.
Oh
team,
yeah, 100% it was.
Just get them out off the East Coast any way possible.
Yep. So guys, we have this question down on our poll on YouTube. Please, we'll get to the results before we log off today. You can only get one. Sandy Alcantara, Duran, the closer from the Twins with the 1.94 ERA, or Luis Roberts Jr. Vote over on YouTube. Let us know what your thoughts are. Yanks getting swept tomorrow. I agree, Goomba. They're terrible. And their lineup shows you how good they are without without Aaron Judge. Gotta know how to draft players. Bellinger, they're one of their top players, not drafted. Goldschmidt early on, not drafted. Goes to show you.
Oh, it's someone dressed up as Mr. Met? That's a pretty good costume, then. That's like the authentic Mr. Met. That's pretty good. It's like not like the Grimaces, right? Someone would dress up as Grimace. It's not the same one, but that was pretty real. So shout out that guy. Pretty cool.
George, why you got to do that to us, bro? That's not cool. How about Pete Crow Armstrong behind Pete? It would be a repeat. Damn you, George. Not cool.
Ugh.
Peterson with the mustache. Interesting. We got to get into the San Francisco bullpen, man. I don't understand this all the time. It's like, how do you go from a barrage yesterday against Logan Webb, who we can never hit, to Robbie Ray, who's got 70 pitches in the fourth inning, and you can't get anything. Bases loaded, nobody out. And the bottom of this lineup just continues to fail like they have all year long. And I'm not going to blame Alvarez. I don't expect much out of a catcher's position. But Vientos has got to put the ball in play. It's not like he's striking out the world there. Very frustrating.
And I'm going to hit you guys with another question, if you don't mind, just to keep the audience engaged. What pitcher led the 1986 Mets in regular season victories with 18? So either it's Ron Darling, Sid Fernandez, Dwight Gooden, or Bob Ojeda. So again, which pitcher led the 1986 Mets?
Can I guess?
18 wins. Yes, right.
I'm going to say Sid.
Okay. We'll lock that in, and we'll get back to you. But it's not Sid. No.
Brian says have to make a trade. Buzz, I agree. I don't know. He's either getting showcased now or we're being duped.
Right.
That's why I look at that. Like,
Buzz is correct. Bob Ojeda, correct. 18 wins, led the 1986 Mets.
Screw off, Buzz. I didn't have Google. Everybody was with me.
You learned something
Bob
new here.
Says Ojeda. Nick says Ojeda. Jeffrey says Sid. Bob Ojeda, 18-5, 1986. Buzz, yeah, good for you, bro. Goomba says Bobby. Yeah, I agree, KG. They definitely Googled it. Full of crap. I agree. Sup, Chris? Hope all is well with you. Yeah, we all know. I'm like, hold on, let me think about it. Sure. Peterson's at 73 pitches. If he can get through this fifth, there's a chance he goes 7.
Right.
But he's got to get it quick out here. I mean, this guy, is this their catcher? He's hitting like 170. Oh, no, it's Matt Chapman. I couldn't tell. 242, 14 home runs. He's actually picked it up. Check out that OPS, 795 OPS, and he was not that good those last few years. That was a fastball right down Broadway.
Who made the last out of the 86 World Series? Jesse Orosco.
If anybody knows of somebody getting rid of one of those David Wright Hall of Fame hats, I am more than willing to pay for it, but I can't with those scalpers. I want one of those hats so bad, Dan. I'm at the Mets game. They have 30 of the hats left. I walk in there. The guy just scoops them all up and walks all 30 of them to the register. Paid $50 a hat, and I found him. He's on eBay selling them for $400 a piece, and there's no more left. So I went on to Fanatics. They told me they would notify me if they get them back in stock, but I just got a feeling it ain't happening. For those of you who are curious, it is the Blue Mets original hat, the one that they're wearing today. And on the right side here, see, I have the Subway Series. It's the number 5 for David Wright, the retirement logo.
Yeah, I don't know what's good with that. I don't know why people are trying to make money off.
Always, man. It's always.
And real quick, can we talk about the athlete logo? There's a X account athlete logo who has a nice neon Juan Soto kind of doing the little shuffle.
Oh yeah, I feel terrible for him. He did our something. He did the Metcast logo in the back. That is him.
Yeah, and New Era just completely rips it off. Like,
yep.
I would hire a copyright lawyer right away. That's a case in and of itself. You can make.
Got a trademark. We're in the middle of trademark with Metcast. I have people that try to rip us off and take my graphics and repost it as if it's theirs all the time. What a strikeout for Peterson. Big shebang. Mr. Met's on the dugout. That's not somebody.
I don't know if that's a. I don't know
if that's on the dugout. I don't think so.
Yeah, right.
Going to jail. But I will say this: people take our stuff all the time, act as if it's theirs, and they'll take my and even post with my logo in it. So we're getting trademarked as soon as possible, but it's a pricey process, to say the least. But I don't think that Mr. Met is a regular person. Dan, I'll be right back. I just had to grab a water.
Yeah, I was about to say it looked like that Mr. Met was getting a T-shirt launch to get ready to, entertain the crowd or whatever. I'm sitting there saying, "There's no way that's somebody just dressed up as a." But you never know. I've never been to Oracle Park. I don't know if anybody else has in the chat. If you have, let us know. I'd love to hear from you. But I've heard it's a beautiful ballpark. You got the water blowing in, you got the wind blowing in off the water. It's just one of those ballparks when it's late at night. It really is a beautiful place. And that's where Barry Bonds did a lot of his damage, right? 762, he hit it. Yeah, that was a bomb. So.
Here, Dan, you want a water or I got 2?
Thanks, Ray.
I'm thinking about it. If we get a big spot, the Lucky Jacket's coming out. She's sitting there, beauty. For those of you guys who don't know, while we were in commercial, they have like 10 of these left at the team store. That is it. And I spoke to them. Once they're gone, they're gone. But if you can get one of these bad boys, totally worth it. Check out the front, how they have that. It's all stitched in. It's real stitching.
That's cool.
Sick.
That's dope. I'm out here rocking just Providence basketball. I got to get something Mets.
I went to
somewhere.
Tonight I went to a war. You guys are on Long Island, you probably know. As Soto swings to try to send it back to Citi Field on the first pitch. I went to a Warped Tour concert tonight. For those of you guys on Long Island, pretty sick for my age. A lot of the emo music.
So, Gary, I've been to every current ballpark with the exception of Globe Life. Okay, interesting.
Where's that?
That's Texas, I believe. So that's interesting. That's very cool. Gary, thank you for sharing that.
I always wanted to do that. I think in September I'm going to Fenway.
Fenway's beautiful.
Let's see 0-2 to Soto. Down the way. Did you see Soto's first 2 hacks?
Yeah.
Bro, watch this replay. He's not even looking at the ball. He's looking at right field.
Just trying to hit a bomb.
But that's why he's rolling over so much. 1-2, high and away. He just keeps rolling over everything. Gary, I'm out in North Shirley by the Calabro Airport. So Smith's Point's about 10 minutes from my house. I could ride my e-bike there. 2-2 down.
And I'm
I
in
just bought one of those, Dan. How about that? My
Oh.
little electric bike
It's far.
goes about 30 miles an hour. Get 40 miles out of it. Take it to the beach.
And I'll be here in Fort Salonga, so it's in Northport near Huntington. For anyone who
East Meadow. You're not really Long Island.
I'm in East Meadow. Hell no.
Ball 4. All right, here we go.
North Shore is the best shore, everybody. Fuck the South Shore. Excuse my language.
I'm actually from Port Jeff. That's where I grew up my whole life. The first 25 years of my life, I was there.
I love my scenery. I love my trees, and my quiet lifestyle. Love the South Shore. Love Jones Beach, Robert Moses, Long Beach. It's
yeah, I go porgy fishing up north, right out of Port Jeff, Rocky Point. Anybody ever take the Celtic Quest out of there? Great fishing vessel. It's a little pricey. It's like 10 years ago when I started going there, it was $30 a person. I think it's now like 90. But every year, my family and I go on a few trips out of there. Cedar Beach, porgy fishing, fluke fishing on the South Shore off the Rosie. A lot of good stuff if you're into fishing out here on the island. But we got Pete 0-1. Dan, don't spoil it for me. Robbie's at 90 pitches. Got to be his last inning here. Oh, my gosh. Pete just got under that one.
Pete's pissed.
He missed a pitch right there.
He was pissed.
Time for Soto to steal a bag here.
You're good, Pete.
Keith's talking right now. I have the game on in my ear.
Yeah, let me know what he says, if there's anything.
Ryan Walker's throwing in the bullpen. Hopefully he does a lot of walking.
There you go.
Sorry, Marte. Dan, don't do it. 0-0 to Marte. Ball. I'm on Long Island too.
Goomba, I'm sorry about that because he said I went to Camden. They robbed me for $50 for a soda, charged $25 deposit to walk into a food shop, then walked out, was charged for 5 sodas and bought one.
Soto steals second. Called it. Let's go.
Say. Goomba, I'm sorry about that, bro.
20 bags this year. Who said he couldn't run?
Yeah, right. I've been to Camden. It's beautiful. Like I didn't really have many complaints, but I guess they were trying to upcharge people.
Camden is Orioles, right?
Yeah.
I went to Camden. It was, bro, you got robbed. Someone robbed you, bro. They don't really work there. I've been there. 1-1. So Marte should have took it for the team. Just kidding, folks.
Yeah, I think we're lined up right too, which is great.
Perfect. See what we got. Anything going else?
Minute Maid Park is gorgeous. Dolo Supreme says, yeah, I've heard that too. I've never been, but I've heard it's beautiful.
Right after this pitch, I have a tweet from Mr. Jeff Passan, the number one go-to, him and Heyman. And obviously Puma as well. 2-1 to Marte, Robbie's 95th pitch. Oh, what a dot on the inside. Quote from Jeff Passan, the Yankees' aggressiveness continues. They had, give me a break. They're trading for an infielder, Ahmed Rosario, and giving up right-hander Clayton Beater and 18-year-old outfielder Brome Martinez. First reported by Jack Curry, Rosario punishes left-handed pitching and can play all around the diamond. Sure.
Really good hitter against lefties.
What Mark Vientos is supposed to be. 2-2. Marte fouls it back. Geez, 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position already.
And shout out
2-2 to Marte. Inside. Another great at bat from Marte. This might be his last hitter here. I don't know. He'll probably get the lefty Beatty next. Yeah, Passan loves him a Yankee. Him and John Heyman. Let's be real. 3-2 to Marte inside.
Nice.
Great at bat by Marte. That's why you don't trade a guy like him. I trade the man at third base.
And I respect Heyman because he just tweets like the things you need to know, like passing tweets, but it's like a whole, like everything has to be, perfect and everything's, the grammar and it's like I don't really care at the end of the day. Like Heyman, Rosario to the Yankees, perfect. That's
anybody who follows Metcast knows my grammar's all over the place.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, folks.
Arson Judge to the no.
I've never done that though.
No, yeah.
I've never misreported a trade.
But Jack Curry breaking the news for the Yankees today. I mean, he's always the number one Yankees guy, specifically. The Mets guy, I don't know if they really have a Jack Curry. I guess it's the Como, you could say, is like the Jack Curry of the.
Well, I mean, Andy's the one who first had the Gregory Soto trade.
Yeah, could be Martino.
I mean, a lot of people like to crap on Andy. He might be a jerk to some people, but he is pretty much. I don't know if he's ever falsely reported anything. He gets a lot of the smaller inside scoops.
Right.
Which I'll consider the Soto move. That's nothing game breaking. How is he not at the game tonight? Explain that to me. Here we go. Beatty. Ball high.
He signed yesterday officially, so maybe it takes a day to get him,
trade.
He's flying out to the West Coast too. That's going to take.
Oh, once you know you're traded yesterday, you should be in the park today. What's the difference?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 1-0 to Beatty. Beatty grounds it to first. Oh, Devers drops it and steps on first. What a disaster.
He's awful at first base.
But still, Mets now 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. This could be the game here, this next batter. What happened there? The transfer? Grabbed it? The transfer.
Had to play a second. Yeah, he had a play.
Yeah, I don't think he was doubling Beatty off there. It would have been first and third, but
we had to get rid of it right away.
Oh shit! Sorry, sorry, guy. I try not to curse. That was just a natural reaction.
No.
Oh, there you go, Mark. Take strike one, and it's a lefty out there. Come on.
Backdoor slider.
I'm not putting on my jacket for Mark Vientos. He doesn't deserve it. All right, here we go. 0-1 to Vientos. Right down the double down the left field line. Soto's in. Marte's in. The ball's bouncing around the wall. Vientos is second. I take everything I said back.
Wow.
Let's go.
6-game
industry. Guys, look, I didn't put it on, but the lucky it's on the chair, Dan. You got to give it a little credit. Come on, it's on the chair.
Wow.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That was a hanger right down Broadway. Wow. See, that's what happens. The manager got a little greedy. Robbie Ray's clearly done, and he got left out there. One more hit. That's what we need right now. I want another insurance run. Hopefully Vientos' value just went up. Get him out of here. I was like, cut it out. What's that from? What show is that from, folks? Somebody remind me. Somebody, what was that? What was that? What the hell show is that, Dan? Cut it out? Who line is it anyway? Talking about a great show. Ray, put the jacket on. It is on. The chair's wearing it. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Let's go, Mets.
Full house, they're saying full house.
Charles will be coming on the program eventually once he gets his stuff in order. But Charles, if you guys want a good follow over there, great follow. Co-host Dan's and my spaces over on Metcast. Very informed fan. Will debate you, but respectfully. Let's go. Dan's tweeting it out. Lucky jacket is too effing hot in this house, but it's on the chair. Let's all say thank you to David Wright, Lucky Jacket. Is it time to put it away, Dan?
No, keep it out, Ray. Let's go. Keep it on all night. We need the luck. We need
Yo,
this.
it is hot in this room.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm like this. I'm like, I need to get one of those Gatorade bottles.
Man.
I might do that. I'm going to be like that one streamer that I've seen online. He plays Backyard Baseball, since Backyard Baseball is one of our official sponsors. He's got the Gatorade bottle. Vincent, he ain't a kid. He's 25. Acuna's pinch running for Vientos at second. Wow. That's interesting. You know he's going to come back around. Do they have a lefty in the bullpen?
Today,
Soto was it.
Mets bullpen today.
Not Soto.
Really?
No, who's the lefty in the bullpen for San Francisco?
For San Francisco.
Why would they pinch run Vientos? It's top 6. There's a good chance you're going to come back around top 9.
I think you remember Joey Fuego, right? Yeah, he's in the Giants bullpen. 1.93 for Lucchesi in 14 innings pitched this year.
No way. Good boy, Alvy.
They have Gage, too. Matt Gage, and he's the 32-year-old. He's having a good season as well. But he only has 9 2/3 innings under his belt. So I don't know what's going on with that. But
Master, I agree with you. I won't read that on stream, but walks on 4. Alvarez walking on 4 pitches. Something has happened to this man.
Who said make Mark Vientos a Met for life? Come on, guys. What are we doing? Guy gets 1 hit.
Who?
Vientos.
Well, somebody said Met for life?
Yeah, I think, it was, they were probably kidding, obviously, but KG.
Guys, make sure you vote in that poll over on YouTube. I want to get some real results before the deadline. Oh, God. Why, if you're going to pinch run Acuna, get Taylor the hell out of the game. This could be the game here. But then who else is going to play center field, I guess? I mean, why not pinch hit McNeil right here? Why? Play him in center. First and second, he could break the game open here. As 6 straight balls out of the zone for Walker. I'm telling him you ain't swinging the bat till you get a pitch, right?
Right.
Why not pinch hit McNeil here? Oh, maybe I'll be wrong. Lucky Jacket. 2-0. Takes a strike. 0 for his last 11, Tyrone. 2-1 to Tyrone. Walker sets, delivers, strike right over the plate. 96. Now we all know what's going to happen. Anybody want to take a bet? Slider down and away, strike 3. Anybody? Here we go. 2-2 to Taylor. There's the slider, and he laid off of it. 3-2, automatic start for the runners. Base hit, automatic run here. Bro, I'm hoping for a walk here. Come on.
They took Vientos out of the game, by the way.
4-4. Let's go, Brandon Nimmo. Lucky Jackets in action. Vientos got pulled. Did he get traded?
Yeah, for Acuna. Come on, Nimmo. My favorite Met. Come on.
Oh, I got to put out the clickbait.
Don't look up Brandon Nimmo GIF on X. It'll be the worst stuff you'll ever see. Here's the pitch to Nimmo. Fastball over for a strike. 97.
Yeah, you got the call.
97 crackles in from Walker. Nimmo 0 for 3 today. Top 6.
Just means he's due. Lucky Jacket.
Yeah. Top 6, 2-1 game. Here's Walker's pitch. Fastball at the knees, and Nimmo's behind 0-2. Looked like a sinker there to Nimmo.
I just put out the ultimate clickbait. Dan, take a peek.
Absolutely, Ray. 1 second. Walker from the belt. Nimmo behind 0-2. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Brandon Nimmo.
What are you looking for there?
It's
Man, doesn't get any more middle than that.
Yeah.
He just took 3 pitches back to back, all strikes.
That was ugly. Hey, Mets get the lead though. I know we all wanted more. But hopefully we don't lose by 1. Then you can go back and say, Brandon, what are you doing? But just keep the lead. Let's see.
I just already sent it out.
Vientos pulled trade. Yeah, Ray knows how to start a fire, bro.
I don't care. It's X.
Yeah, right.
So we have this report from MLB Trade Deadline News. The Phillies are closely monitoring the Luis Roberts. Per Francie Romero, 26,000 followers. I believe he's a Hispanic reporter for MLB International Signings. Take it with a grain of salt.
Say that again. International signing for.
He is, I don't know, it's all Spanish. Beso Belfort. I see baseball/sports reporter, BBWAA member, author of some book. But I see in his bio up top it says period MLB signing international, and it's got his website. MLB Trade News put that out there.
Interesting.
Somebody Shay goes, he's on the top step. I just wrote, don't kill the mood, Anthony.
Yeah, don't rain on the parade.
Yeah. Not that I think Vientos is a bad guy. I think he's a fine guy. But cut it out.
I had to address
it. Isn't that from Full House?
That's what they.
Yes, it is from Full House.
Right.
Oh, shocker. Vientos. Oh, no. Oh, Wilmer's going for 2. The throw, he's down. Oh, what a throw by Brandon Nimmo. Wilmer Flores running like a Mack truck in the field. Oh, he got under it there. The tag was high. But he's out. He's jogging back to the dugout. Wilmer Flores, the only person in Major League Baseball slower than Mark Vientos.
Hello, Brandon Nimmo.
Wilmer Flores. Look, strike from Brandon Nimmo. 1 hop. Oh, not even a hop. Right to Acuna on a strike.
He has a noodle arm, everybody. What happened? Come on.
Yo, and on top of that, Flores slides 6 feet too early. My God. He just runs to the bag standing up. He's safe.
I think he made up for that at bat there, guys. I think we all.
No, absolutely not.
Really?
I'm putting the jacket away. Now Nimmo pissed me off.
A game-saving play. You have a runner on second, nobody out in the 6th. That could be. That's tough. That's a tough one. But shout out Brandon Nimmo, man. If you're Peterson, you love that.
The jacket's away, folks.
That one sliced out to right field. Soto with a nice running grab. And the second out of the inning for the Mets.
A routine running grab by Daniel Bartels. Look, if you're on radio, it sounds great.
That's right. Hire me, SNY. You know.
Ralph Beatty just got signed by the Savannah Bananas. Don't be so. My gosh. Bro, imagine having Wilmer Flores and Mark Vientos hitting back-to-back in a lineup.
It's insane.
Yo, Peterson's going to give us 6 great innings here. I feel it in my veins.
This is going to be the best day of my life.
He might go 7. 84 pitches. Do you stretch him if you can get this done by 90?
Shout out Brandon Nimmo, man.
I will say this. I do love Wilmer Flores, and we had a post earlier today about it. Shout out to Kelly. He has a great podcast. Just had Hallie Rose on not too long ago. Great interview that she did. So we were talking today about Wilmer Flores and what he means, and no matter what uniform he's wearing, he's always got a little place in our heart.
Oh, sure.
As long as he's not a Philly, then F him. But outside of that, in our hearts.
10 years ago today, he was, well, not today, but he was crying this week. You know, it's the whole thing. Really special player, means a lot. Showed the human side of him, and we always appreciate that. You know, that's important.
Yo, that Mark Vientos trade thing is going wild. 2-2. Ah, damn it. Now he's probably only going to get 6. Lee's a pesky player.
He is.
Kelly Franco. That's who had it. Luis Matos. Do you have a fan on behind you?
I don't think so.
Maybe it's me. Let me know if you guys are getting feedback in the chat. Matos strokes it to center, but Taylor's right there. 6 innings of 1-run ball from David Peterson.
Mets have to extend Peterson after the season. Yeah, it's going to be a conversation for sure. For sure. Let me see, Ray. Might be dehumidifier.
There you go. You just turn it off? Hold on. Yeah, whatever it is, it's done.
Like a little white noise.
Yeah. Please, I'm yelling at my wife every night. I'm like, you have the box fan on, the little fan by the bed, the AC's on. She's one of those people. I walk in the bedroom and it's literally 40 degrees and snowing. Oh, man. So I assume that's going to be it for Peterson. I'd be shocked if they forced the hand here.
Definitely.
Making, let's see, 1 run.
Yeah, Peterson's night's over.
It's so funny. He's such a pitcher that defies the odds because every single metric would tell you do not, you know what I mean? He's not a good player. It's not real. But shout out to David Peterson, who officially lowers his ERA to below 3 tonight, 2.98 ERA.
Woo! He bounced back exceptionally from his hip surgery. Exceptionally. So it's important, guys. Like we
Goomba. That's nice. I can't sleep unless my water bottle freezes while I sleep. Let me know, everybody who's got a wife in the chat. My wife makes me bring her water every night, and the water is still full at the exact same level that I bring it in every night. Anybody else?
Not yet for me, but someday, yeah, I'm sure I'll get some complaints. You keep the room too cold. You sleep with your socks on, whatever. It's like, all right.
Oh, Danny. Oh, you're gonna learn. As Lindor steps up 0-2 tonight with a walk, the struggling Lindor.
Joey Lucchese, let's go. I miss him, man. Really do.
I don't. He stinks. Time to light it up, boys. Look at that. 1.9 ERA over 14 innings pitched. Of course.
That's funny.
Best move Epler ever made.
He was critical down the stretch, 162. You know.
What the hell? He's throwing 93. He topped out at 87 for us. What is this?
I love how I say on X, Mark Vientos' stock is rising. Like that, maybe I'm implying trade, but it is rising, guys. Like we're not.
Yeah, Dan, let's be honest. He is what he is already right now. If he has a great game tonight, it's not going to matter. I don't think so. Maybe you think different. You let me know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Since the Royals series, we've seen him putting it together. Before that, right, we were writing off this guy as good as gone. He couldn't be a big leaguer. And now we're kind of setting, all right, maybe we'll be okay with Mark Vientos if he doesn't get traded. Like, we weren't saying that before.
Right.
Like, what are we talking about? I don't know. Everyone has their opinion. That's the beautiful thing about opinions, that everybody has their own. But, it is what it is.
One, two.
Oh, yeah, let me get on this play-by-play. Yeah, 2-2. Check swing. Did not go. Lindor 0 for 2 today. He's been hot since his 0 for 31 that he had, a couple days ago. Snap that.
Yeah, but let's be real. Going 1 for 6 would be considered hot after that.
Big home run last night. Fouls off a curveball from Lucchesi. Count remains 2-2 as Reed Garrett gets loose in the Mets' pen. Lucchesi.
Shout out to Bobby Bonilla Jr. Met him at the game. Great guy. We'll be there next Saturday with me. I don't know if Dan's going. We'll see.
I probably will, Ray, honestly. As Lindor ropes one out to left field, sinking fast, but in front of it to make the play.
How many balls went to the warning track today? I feel like there's a ton.
As Ramos squeezes it, Heliot Ramos. But, Lindor had a great home run last night, too. That thing was pimped. But here's Soto digging in, 1 out here in a 1-run game. Lefty on lefty. Lucchesi gets his sign. Winds, deals, and fires. Here's the pitch. Fastball brushes Soto off the plate. 1-0.
Dan, hit your 10-second.
Okay, here's the pitch. Fastball brushes him off the plate. No. Good. Soto so far this year, he is batting .253 with an .882.
Oh,
you're ahead of me now. Look at that. Roped.
Match up.
Devers can't make the play.
Let me know when you see Devers back. Let me know when you see Devers back.
Devers back now.
All right, we're lined up.
All right, cool.
Don't hit that button again. My God, is Devers terrible? Thank God Stearns did not trade for this guy. Imagine him playing third. Oh, my gosh.
He's bad.
He makes Pete look like Keith Hernandez out there.
Right.
Yo. I just want to say I appreciate everybody in here. We are a little over 900 people live. Thanks so much for enjoying this live stream. Just like chilling with friends, reading the chat, talking trade deadline, Mets history, trivia, you name it. We appreciate it. Today's one of my more fun nights when it's late like this. I'm off from work tomorrow. I could sleep, but I appreciate you guys.
And speaking
of God, this guy makes Vientos look like a Gold Glover. Lucchesi might be one of those guys that hangs a curveball to Alonso, and Alonso sends it out of the park.
I'm going to give you guys a really tough question. And if anybody gets this, God bless you. I just want to test some of our knowledge of the older fans. Of course, we respect you guys. On September 15th, 1969, the Mets faced the St. Louis Cardinals and lefty Steve Carlton. Carlton struck out 19 batters that night, but lost the game 4-3. How did he lose the game? I could give you guys
slow grounder, double play, second double play of the game. The Mets have grounded into a men on.
Yeah, not good. Not good. So again, just a interesting question here. September 15th, 1969. The Mets faced St. Louis Cardinals lefty Steve Carlton. He struck out 19 Mets that night, but they lost 4-3. The Cardinals did. How did they lose? Was it a 2-run home run from Ron Swoboda, a suicide squeeze from Bud Harrelson, a wild pitch from Tommy Agee to score, or a pass ball by St. Louis catcher Tim McCarver? So we'll see. Let's see if anybody gets that. I'd be shocked. I just want to kind of throw that out there, see if what sticks. But oh man,
let's see. Are they going to send Peterson back out there? Ray, I appreciate you, brother. You guys are on fire tonight. Thank you. We appreciate you, my man.
Thank you, Ray. And Gary on fire tonight. Gary Goldberg, Ron Swoboda, 2-2-run home run.
Gary's the fastest. Wait, who said it?
Gary Goldberg.
Gary, you got the fastest Google I've ever seen in my life.
That's pretty good.
No, I'm just messing with you.
That's pretty good. Yeah, we'll definitely do this for maybe some other giveaways and stuff, and people should looking up, and we'll try to limit that. But
quickly, to all the people, I don't know if anybody's, I mean, maybe nobody will watch the replay. We are on our quest to 10,000 subs. We're about to hit 8,000. When I hit 10,000 subs, or I will be buying one of our subscribers one of these. That's right. I'll be giving away a Juan Soto jersey live here on Metcast exclusively to our YouTube audience. So if you follow us on Facebook or on X, there's a lot of people watching on Instagram right now. Head on over to YouTube. Help us. I know I'm asking, but help us get to that 10,000 subscriber goal. And then for every 5,000 subs after that, I'll be giving away a Mets jersey. That's something I want to do to give back to you guys. So we appreciate the support. It helps grow the channel, get us better guests, better writers. It's not easy to get guys like Nelson Figueroa and the Mike Pumas and the Ragazzos and all these reporters, former players. I've talked to a couple of the players' agents. We're working on getting some current New York Mets on this program, but it's going to be in the off season. They're impossible to get during the season, but it's thanks to guys like you interacting with our content, liking it, subscribing. It brings us a certain, I don't want to say credibility, but sense of community where people see what's happening here on the platform and they want to be a part of it. So I've spoken to two players. I'm going to be honest with you guys, two players, agents. One of them who said absolutely they would love to come on the program, and it's thanks to guys like you. So every 5,000 subscribers we get, right now we're only 2 away from this, I'll be giving away a player jersey of your choice of a player that is currently on the roster. So if you don't want a Soto jersey, but you want a Francisco Lindor jersey because he's your favorite, or David Peterson, Alonso, whoever, Edwin Diaz, I will get it for one lucky subscriber. So head on over to YouTube, subscribe, and help the family grow.
I'll second that too, guys. Just the support from day one. Metcast has been something Ray started, and he brought me on, and I always appreciated it from the beginning. And I appreciate all you guys too, because we don't, right? If nobody joined these lives, we'd probably still have them, but it wouldn't be as entertaining. It wouldn't be
no.
So you guys make it really enjoyable. As Reed Garrett gets a nice backwards K to begin his evening.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Met some great people here.
Definitely. As Ramos digs in. Mets up 2-1, bottom 7. Ramos 1 for 3 with a single. He's batting .270 this year, .771 OPS. Garrett's first pitch to him, slider over the plate for a strike. Reed Garrett. Big team last year for the Mets. Here's the pitch. Nice splitter. Swings over the top of it.
That was filthy.
Ramos behind 0-2. Start spreading the news. All right, Garrett set at the belt. Ramos calls timeout. Devers on deck. Struggling over there at first base tonight. He can't field anything. But he had a nice single into left before. So he's been hitting. 0-2 from Garrett. Found a way. Fisted off of Ramos's bat.
We got a question here. Do you guys still trust Reed Garrett? I do to an extent. Oh, yeah.
To an extent. Here's the 0-2.
What a pitch.
Nice.
Bro, that's 98 on the black. Ramos
Nice.
is complaining. That's got plenty of plate, boy.
You might have thought that was maybe up or out, one or the other, but yeah.
That was plate. We appreciate the kind words, guys. I see you in here. Andre, Goomba, appreciate you guys as always. You guys know that. You guys are OGs.
Oh, geez.
Robert.
Charles, if you're still in here, I got you, Charles, too. Mets fanatic in here, day one. I see you guys,
Goomba, Devers looking like Buckner. I got news for you, bro. He looks like that every night. That's why the Red Sox fought with him like hell to get him out of that third base position. That's why if I would have brought him over here, it would have been the most expensive DH ever, but to me, it's worth it. When he's on, and he's on most of the time, he's a top 7 hitter in the game. Can't deny it. Just can't. Consistent mid-8 OPS. Another guy like Buxton who would change this lineup. And while we're on a commercial break, let's get to that really quick. Let's talk about it really quick, fellas. Byron Buxton. I know the words he said at the All-Star game. I'm a Minnesota Twin. I want to retire a Twin. But let's be real. His leverage is his no-trade clause. He's making $15 million over the next couple of years, which is nothing for him. If the Mets called and said, hey, we want you, and we're willing to add $5 million a year over the next couple of years, that might change his mind. If you're Buxton, there's a couple things. He's a great competitor. Why would you want to stay in Minnesota when you know you're not going to win anything anytime soon? So the power that he holds is that no trade clause. If the Mets called and did something, I think it would change this entire dynamic on this team. He is a high on base, steals bags, Gold Glove center fielder, and I understand the injury concern. But the best teams that win consistently take those concerns and send it to the moon. What did the Dodgers do? They win a World Series, they go get Blake Snell, an injury-prone guy. What do? They trade for Tyler Glasnow, who's on Tommy John and is going to miss the entire year. That's what winning clubs do. They get Tani who can't pitch.
Breaking news, right? I'm sure you see the chat, but apparently, I'm not going to link the two together, but Buxton has been removed from the game, and as we know, Vientos has been removed from the game.
Tweeting it out right now. Mets and
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, is Drew Gilbert still playing too? I mean, we've got to go down the whole list of guys at this point. But yeah,
he's injured.
I don't think they're related. There's no way.
Byron Buxton removed with side injury. He's always hurt. I'm still taking him. Base hit down the right field line. Marte, he's going to stretch it out for 2. He's jogging. He should be on
He's
third.
really
You see this, Dan?
Wow.
Is he hurt?
No, he's actually hustling.
He looks like he's moving in slow motion. The ball's kicking around out there.
Keep Marte at the deadline. Don't trade him.
What are we, 1 for 6 today? Runners in scoring position right now? Or 2 for 7?
Marte's a beast, bro. This guy's built like a Greek guy.
Watch this ball kick around in the corner. How's he not on third?
He is, he's not as fast as he used to be, but
He's just said it right now. I got a feeling if he's healthy, he's on third.
Devers cannot field. Pete makes that play. Like, that's not that hard hit of a ball, but I don't know. I guess he wasn't playing the line.
Come on, Brett. Wow, submariner. How close does he come to the ground? It looks like he's touching the ground. Bro, the dirt moves when he's pitching. That's crazy.
Yeah, Marte just can't play the outfield. That's the problem.
Watch this replay, Dan. He is.
Let's see.
How is that guy's elbow not falling off?
Yeah.
That looks nasty, bro.
I've never.
Nasty.
Tyler Rogers is ridiculous.
The 0-1 to Beatty. Beatty takes it right down the middle at 84 miles an hour. It's got to be tough.
Let's give you guys
the kind of guy, if you saw him twice in the same series, it might change a lot of things.
He's throwing the ball from down here. I can't even show you from down here.
Beatty fists it to right side. He's going to advance Marte. All right, so it's a productive out here. Is it Vientos again?
You're
Oh
cutting
my God!
the ball up.
Oh,
Oh,
Gary, yes, I think that they asked. So here we go. We pinch hit for Vientos, and now Acuna's up in a big spot. Where is Jeff McNeil? Am I wrong? Why is Jeff McNeil on this team? Unless he's hurt or in a trade.
it might just be a day off. Too. I have no idea,
But
right?
still, it's a massive spot here. You're talking about taking the series, the insurance run that's out there. As Acuna takes the first 2 strikes at 85 miles an hour.
I would pinch hit McNeil for Acuna here, no doubt. I hear what you're saying. I guess they don't want to lose the bat for no reason and just give Acuna no at bats. Like it's tough to know like 2 innings ago if he was going to be up in this situation. But I hear what you're saying. Ideally, I'd want to have McNeil up here, but they'll probably go to him. My guess, maybe with Taylor as the 9-hitter if they can get. To
someone
him.
tell me if McNeil's hurt.
No, he's not.
1-2 to Acuna, and he's oh my God. Bro, that was in the other batter's box.
That was ugly. Yep. That was bad. I think Ray, they'd pinch hit for Taylor with McNeil, but we got to see if he even comes up in this inning. If he doesn't, then probably not.
If they pinch hit with McNeil at all this game, I'll be pissed now. That's the spot. Bro, that was atrocious.
Ugly swing. Really ugly swing. Here's Alvarez digging in. Rogers' pitch taken outside for a ball. With the runner on third, Alvarez got himself there earlier today with a triple of his own in the 2nd inning. But we'll see if he can get the runner in 90 feet away as he takes the strike counts even at 1-1. Alvarez 244, 711 OPS. Hold the Slurpees as you see Mark Vientos in the dugout over there. But Rogers calls time.
Metaphoric says Dan needs to get a desk that allows him to stand up so he can get physical commentary he brings to the broadcast.
That's right.
You guys like my outburst? My wife doesn't, but that's why I proofed this office with soundproofed it.
I could move this setup back a little bit and then just be standing the whole time, but we'll see.
Knowing Dan will send his chair through the wall behind him.
Right, yeah. I was trying to recreate Rogers' motion. I was even hurting my elbow just trying to. Yeah, it's really crazy how these players. But someone brought it up in the chat, like with the way that hitters.
Here comes the slider away.
It was Goomba. Submarine pitchers nowadays are just so hard to hit because everyone's an uppercut kind of swing, and certainly the case there. Rips one to the back, 1-2. Yeah, everyone's trying to hit the home run now with launch angle and exit velocity. It's just,
dude, this is just.
Beautiful ball coming in.
I bet you here comes the slider away, and he's going to swing. It's going to be a foot outside the zone. And the pitch. Ground ball.
Alvarez stumbling out of the box. He's hustling, though. I'll give him that. But he's out of the inning. And the Mets.
Oh, God. Here comes Brian. Give it up, Stanek. Sorry.
Stanek on for the bottom of the 8th. Mets up 2-1. We'll be back after this. But let's talk about some trades, Ray, if you don't mind, because
sure, I'm giving up the farm for Buxton.
Yeah, that's your guy, right?
Everyone outside Jet Williams.
To me, it feels like there's some bullpen arms that I would really like to go get and consider. Even bringing in a starting pitcher, I don't think would be the worst thing in the world. But I don't know. I like a guy like Griffin Jacks. I like a guy like, it stinks that they already got a lefty here in Soto because Danny Coulomb would have made a lot of sense. That's probably not going to happen at this point. Cade Smith from the Guardians could be an interesting name from the right-hand side. Duran, as we've talked about, from the right-hand side. That's probably the last piece of the puzzle. I don't think they're going to go and get a starter. I don't think, that's going to be anything that the Mets are going to do. But you never know. It's just crazy.
I'm looking at a lot of these responses. I tweeted out, "Where's Jeff McNeil?" The first comment, I think his controller was unplugged.
So There was a couple names, and the Post has done a good job. They have like their own deadline tracker. Make sure you guys go check
no
it out.
bias there.
Well, I do trust what they say here sometimes.
I do too.
Mason.
I know a guy who works there.
Well, right.
Very reliable.
Mason Miller is a name that I think we don't think about enough. Ray, I would trade not the farm. If it's Jet Williams for Mason Miller,
you're smoking something good.
Absolutely. Obviously, you probably have to throw in a starter or something to give them on the pitching side, but I think a conversation can start there. If whether it's Sproat or Jet Williams, that could open up a conversation to get Mason Miller to Queens. I don't think it's going to happen. The likelihood is not high, but it's a name to think about. It's a different name to think about instead of the same ones over and over again. Aaron Bummer could be a name to think about. Mike Soroka could be a name to think about. Zach Eflin, Sir Anthony Dominguez. It's tricky, right? Because these arms are so expensive. That's
Mason Miller this year. His ERAs. What happened to this guy?
He's not having a good year, right? Which kind of makes you think.
Good year. Almost a 4 ERA.
Maybe he could be a guy. He's still pre-arbitration.
Here we go. 38 games, 1-2, 3.76 ERA over 38. Is he hurt? 38 and a third. Look at that whip though. So he must be giving up long bombs because his whip is a 1.
By low Kennedy.
That's insane.
Something to think about. But those are the types of arms, right? You got the big power lefty. You have Brooks Raley. You have AJ Minter coming back eventually, right? That's not a problem at this point. It's really about getting a high leverage right-handed arm that isn't Edwin Diaz. And no, we don't trust Stanek, Scott. That's the unfortunate
JC puts it right. Marte hustles to third. We're probably scoring there.
Yeah.
Ground ball, Beatty, Fields, fires.
I used to trust Stanek. I like him better in the 6th or 7th inning, but the Mets love pitch him in the 8th inning. But that's the thing.
He's got to do something with that mode. That thing's going out of control.
Yeah. But the Mets don't have a high leverage guy, right? Ideally, Stanek goes to the 7th inning or the 6th inning. Maybe you could pitch Garrett for the 6th inning or 7th inning too. That's not the end of the world. But an 8th inning arm is a Duran. An 8th inning arm is a Mason Miller. Those are the names that really entice me. And I think they entice David Stearns as well. But we'll see how aggressive he's going.
Don't panic, it's Stanek.
Yeah.
I think the opposite. Go get Bednar.
That's another name. Definitely. I'm all in on the Bednar train. People are a little different on that, but it could be like a year or two late kind of thing, and that could be the case with a guy like Ryan McMahon. We've heard the Yankees in on him forever, but they finally get their guy eventually. I think that could be a Bednar situation as well. We've heard about the Mets and Bednar potentially, and something to think about. Dennis Santana.
Another guy with a crazy whip.
Dennis Santana too, sticking with the Pirates, could be another name, but yeah, it's interesting.
Stanek's got to be one of the only guys I've ever seen throw 101, and it's literally mashed. Did you hear that? That ball ricocheted off the brick. That would have killed somebody. Oh, great. Wilmer Flores is on deck. The revenge of Wilmer. Splitter in the dirt. Let's go. 2-2. Stab it. Well inside.
Don't panic. Trust Stanek. Oh, my God. It's like Joe Panic. You guys remember him.
Very solid Giant, believe it or not, before coming to the Mets.
Definitely.
That was ball 4. Yo, what is Beatty doing there? Stealing it from Lindor.
Stanek has a gun rack on his 10 speed. Kenny Powers. Each putting is a different year of Kenny's career. Some nights is a rookie year. Other nights it's retirement. Powers. Yeah, I hear you, Goomba.
I would have pinch hit Ronnie Mauricio for Acuna. I'd much rather have him there. You want the lefty against a submariner like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone but Acuna.
Right.
Oh, God. Drilled right at Brandon Nimmo, and that ends the 8th.
Nice.
2-1 win.
Teammate to teammate. The former. We miss you, Wilmer.
Got Diaz for the bottom of the 9th now.
Yeah. Diaz for the 9th, right? Yeah, so the only two players that overlapped with Wilmer Flores would be Brandon Nimmo and Jeff McNeil. Because Wilmer played 126 games in 2018. McNeil obviously came into the league 2018. And Nimmo has just been around now for a decade, which is crazy. But I would have wanted Wilmer back. Honestly, I'm a big reunion guy. I think we talk about that a lot, but
As DH?
yeah, that would have been an interesting bat to consider, but I don't know. He started off really hot this year and then kind of trailed off.
Yeah. Wasn't he like he set 59 RBIs? I feel like he's been in the 50s for a month now.
Right.
And only 12 home runs. She was mashing early on.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Plus the Giants are in it. They're going for it.
Yep.
Wilmer Flores, the month of July, 1 home run.
That's really wow.
The month of June, 1 home run. So in his last, 60 games, he's got 2 home runs.
That's bad.
Jeez. That's why in April, the first 4 games, he had 3 home runs. That's literally a quarter of his whole season total over 4 games.
Robert says, favorite guy you guys have had as a guest? Ooh.
I know the first guy who comes to my mind.
Well, yeah, dude.
You go first.
I don't know. Probably, I don't know. The Tierney Spaces and stuff was always a good time back in the day.
BT was good.
Yeah. Or Ernest always does a great job. Those would probably be my 2 off the top of my head.
My favorite guest I ever got to interview on this platform by far is Terry Collins. Terry was so chill. And I still talk to John Arazi, his partner, probably at least once or twice a month. Terry's got so much going on, being involved. The David Wright Day, everything. We always try to make it work, but scheduling Terry is impossible. He's got family all over the place, always on the road. It's more of an off-season thing, but Terry gives it how it is, tells the stories how they are. He doesn't hold back. Tells the players to shut the you-know-what up if he needs to. All the crazy stories from that 2015 run. The story about David Wright with the sandwich and Syndergaard he told on our platform. It's like an open book. He's got to be right there. I thought Will Salmon was a great guest of The Athletic, reporter for The Athletic. Sure. Really liked having him on. But, yeah, Brandon Tierney, we were going back and forth. That was like a dog fight. And we don't hold back. That's one thing about this podcast, guys. And I've told Dan this. I've told other people in spaces on X. I've turned down sponsors for this program because I'm not going to ever be told what I'm allowed to say, what I'm allowed to do, what I can't talk about with this team. Hey, do us a favor. Turn the team in a positive light because they're official spot. No. We don't do this for that. It's not what we're about. We keep it a buck here. And some people respect it. Others would prefer us to be more team-friendly podcast, which we are. I give the flowers when deserved, but I wear my heart on my sleeve. And same with Dan. Dan might come from it a little more professional side because he covers the team for a living. So that's, it's a different thing. But, that's pretty much it. But Terry, by far, Terry reminds me so much of myself because it's like he just says how it is. And if he's wrong, he'll admit he's wrong. If he feels he's right, he always tries to do the right thing. So Terry, by a mile. And I'm going to try to get him on here again before the season's, right after the season's over. I don't think we'll be able to get him in season.
And John Harper, too, is always awesome.
Yeah, John's kind of new to the program. Figgy, always love. Figgy's another guy. Just says it how it is. Really like Figgy. It's hard because they've had so many guests on here. So, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Terry's got to be right up there. I would like to try to get some of the prospects that we have come on. A couple of them follow us over on X, but in season, it's impossible. Unless you're with a media company, it's very difficult to get them on. Ooh, that was a tough foul for Nimmo. Oof, that upper calf, man. Yo, that was an insane sweeper right there. Holy cow. If you could get one player in all of baseball on the show, who is it?
Probably Heyman. I could reach out to Heyman and get him on this.
No, one player.
Oh, player? David Wright.
In current baseball?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, what the frick was that?
Probably Soto, right? Swing and bunt? Oh my God. Yo, what was that? Oh, what a bad play. The Giants' fundamentals tonight are atrocious.
You know who I'd want to get on? I would want to get Pete on.
Patrick
Because if
Bailey.
he's being honest with me, real honest, I want to know how badly he wants to be a New York Met. I want to know if he'd be willing to take a pay cut to stay here long term. What are his feelings first coming to New York? Was he nervous? There's so much. Pete's an open book, and he's a little goofy like myself. So
Sure.
I think he'd be a great interview. One player in baseball, I'd ask DeGrom. I say, hey, DeGrom, is it true that you didn't want to raise your kids here because of politics? But we'll save that for another day.
Oh, man.
I'll say how it is, Dan. You know that. If he was right down the other side of the camera, it'd be the first question I ask.
Wonder if
You
we
might
could
turn the camera off, but I'll ask it.
Could we get Noah Syndergaard, Brandon Nimmo, and Jacob DeGrom on the same podcast? That'd be kind of crazy. But sponsored by the NRA. All right, here is the pitch to Nimmo, or Soto, excuse me. 2-1 game, top 9, 1-1 count. Soto at the plate. Rodriguez on the bump. Set at the bell.
Like Soto's got to get back to hitting the way he knows how to hit, Dan.
Skies one foul.
I feel like too many times he swings for the fence so much. I don't remember him doing that over his career.
Right.
Watch Soto get screwed here. Always happens. Oh, Lindor steals early. Oh, that is not a strike. I told you, Dan. Bro, that's not even close.
Wow.
How many times is he going to get that call? It's unbelievable at this point. Oh, my God. What the frick? I'm going to look that up really quick.
That's ridiculous.
Another ball. See, people always say, oh, it's too close to take. BS, man. He's a great hitter with a great eye. That cannot be called a strike. Look, I'm posting it right now. It's clear as day, not a strike.
Yep.
Go check us out over on X. I just posted the graph. It's even blue. MLB.com's got it in blue. I just posted it. What a joke, man. Soto gets more of those crap calls than ever before. I had a video just go viral last week because of those 2 strike calls against him. One was strike 3. They're literally 3.5 inches above the strike zone. They're at the letter. In Major League Baseball, it is the belt. This is not Little League, Dan. You're not getting strikes at the letters. Bro, that is ridiculous. Come on, man. Outside of Peterson, everyone's having a terrible game. You don't think so?
No, I agree. I definitely agree.
I mean, Vientos has the hit, but let's be real. $15 in the third inning, 0 runs, 7 hits for Diaz. He is back. He is back and looking to get paid.
Here's Casey Schmidt over to a ball.
Oh, he definitely swung at a ball that was in the other batter's box. That is like Mark Vientos, who runs in scoring.
He has first pitch appeal. Yes, he did. Ray just a split second ahead of me, but I'm not going to complain. Here's the 0-1. I got to, I love Diaz, man. I really do. And that slider's disgusting. 0-2. People talk about that's going to be a big conversation, right? Pete Alonso, you talk about you'd love to have him on the pod. Does he want to be a Met for life? I'd love to ask Edwin Diaz. You want to be a Met for life? How's this opt-out going to look? And
I'll say yes, as long as they make me the highest paid closer ever.
Nice play, Beatty. Nice play at third base at the end of a game in a 2-1 game, guys. This is the stuff that we talk about, right? These are the little things. This is 11:37 at night, so a lot of people have went to bed. They're not going to see Brett Beatty playing third base in the final innings of these games. But guess what? There's a reason, and it's still a problem for the Mets. Think about who started this game at third base. It's not just us saying that we don't believe in Vientos.
The fact you have to take him out.
The Mets are showing us that they don't believe in Vientos to finish a game.
And it's time and time again.
Think about that. Imagine they took out Pete Alonso at first base in the 8th inning and said, "Oh yeah, we'll play Vientos because we don't trust Pete." No. So you guys get what I'm saying. Like Vientos is a liability, and that's the bottom line. So I don't know. I just,
oh shit, that is hit deep. High off the top of the wall. Soto plays it perfectly to hold Lee at second base. Did a fan touch that?
I don't think so, no.
Being a game-tying home run by a foot or two. That was a hanging slider right down the middle.
Well, there was a ball hit into that part of the ballpark a couple of weeks ago. I forget who the Giants were playing, but that's how they lost the game. It was an inside the park home run. I don't know if you saw that, right? But the ball kicked off and it was one of the craziest.
Yes.
Bounces. So that bounce was actually very generous towards the Mets there.
What a play by Soto, playing that perfectly off the wall. Lee would have been on third with 1 out. Watch this deflection off the wall, and Soto plays it perfectly, shifts his body weight, and fires it in.
Perfect.
That is such an underrated play right there by Juan Soto.
Definitely.
I still trust Diaz. He's going to get it done.
Yeah, go at him, Diaz. Yeah, there you go. First pitch fastball, 0-1. Yastrzemski pinch hitting tonight. He's 8 for 31 when he pinch hits in his career. That's a 258 average. The 0-1 from Diaz. Fastball upstairs. Count evenly. It's getting down to the wire, guys. Come on. Getting down to the wire.
And quickly, I want to say thanks, everybody. Almost 1,200 people in here. Awesome night. What a fun night this has been. It could get really shitty if there's a 2-run home run right here. So let's knock on someone, but let's have a great night.
Sure.
Diaz is going to take care of it here. Oh, he went check. Yeah. Sit down, boy.
Nice.
I don't want to hear anybody bitch and moan right now. Soto got totally screwed in the top of the 9th. Take a seat.
And the Giants are down to their final out. A back foot slider by Diaz gets Patrick.
That was not even close to a swinging strike, but sit down.
Or Yastrzemski, excuse me. Nasty pitch. 1 out
Guys,
away.
following the game, we'll do a quick post game. We'll break down this game for 15 minutes or so. Get to some of your comments. Make sure that you like and subscribe over on Facebook. Get us to that 10,000 subscriber where we'll be giving away a New York Mets jersey of your choice. Juan Soto, Edwin Diaz, Lindor, Peterson, whoever you want. Hell, maybe you want number 7, Brett Beatty, the future full-time third baseman of the New York Mets. Well, let's see what we got here. Bottom of the 9, 2-1. Diaz is in, tying run at second base, and Lee 2 outs, and they got Bailey stepping up to the plate.
And also, we've been doing great across all platforms too, which I want to thank you guys. It's not just X or Instagram. It's like we look at all the metrics here, and we appreciate it night in and night out. Here's the pitch from Diaz. Fastball slider taken outside. Got me juiced up. Let's go. Patrick Bailey. This would be a big win for the Mets. Really would be. Win the series. Keep these good vibes going. Going into the trade deadline. That's what it's all about. Here's the pitch from Diaz. Climbs the ladder.
I'm going to put my stuff on pause for just a second so I catch up to you. No, I should be good.
Bailey swings through it. You see it on the replay there. And the count is even at 1-1. Sugar sets and fires. Slider down. Excuse me. Can't be yawning on air. Be awful. Diaz set at the bell. Here's his
drive caught by Pete Alonso. Put it in the books. New York Mets take the first 2 out of 3. Tomorrow they look for the sweep in San Francisco. They keep pace with Philadelphia, who smacked the hell out of the Yankees tonight. 2-1 lead. Give a shout out to David Peterson. 6 solid innings, 1 earned run, followed by Reed Garrett, Ryan Stanek, and Edwin Diaz, all who put zeros up on the board. The sole RBI hit, 2 RBI double by Mark Vientos. Mid-game defense all around. Pete Alonso with the jumping grab to finish this game off. Even after Diaz gave up the double off the wall, Dan stayed in there, clutch as anything, best closer in the game. Peterson gets his ERA down below 3 on the season. All around, good win tonight.
What a win. Guys, what a win. The Mets came to play today. The defense was great for the most part, right? And I think, the pitching was even better. Like, the defense as a whole kept this game close, and they didn't let up, only allowing 1 run to the San Francisco Giants. They out-hit the Mets. You could make that case, but at the end of the day, the Mets played great baseball all around. Solid. Diaz doing his thing. Pete doing his thing defensively. And I got to give credit to Brett Beatty. This guy can play all over the diamond. You feel confident in Brett Beatty defensively, which is really, really something that we weren't necessarily thinking about, in terms of the bigger picture. But he's been doing it on both sides of the ball. I love that this team is continuing to play with a chip on their shoulder. They have won 6 in a row. And, Mark Vientos, too, with the big hit tonight. His stock continues to rise, whether you like it or not, whether the Mets trade him or not. This guy's stock is going up by the day, and that's good. And David Peterson, as you said, Ray, 6 innings strong.
100%.
Great win.
How do you like how the team started off slow? Again, the runners in scoring position. It's something that continues to bite this team in the butt. But I'm trying to look at tomorrow really quickly. Tomorrow's game.
Put it in the books.
7-10 game, an actual regular game. Tomorrow, look, we got the Ace Senga going tomorrow. I know we got lit up a little bit. Yes, his last start. Get this sweep. And yes, I agree with Hebrew here. Get Drew Gilbert up here. Enough of this Tyron Taylor stuff. A lot of positives today, but we always address the positives and the negatives. You look at Tyron Taylor today. Tyron Taylor, 0 for 3. His bat with 3 strikeouts. His batting average dips to 204 with a 559 OPS on the season. I've had enough of Tyron Taylor. I don't care if they DFA him at this point. You can't be on a major league roster just because you play defense. A 500 OPS, unacceptable on a World Series aspiring team. Plays great defense. I'm sure he's a great dude, but every single game, the stat line is the same, Dan. His whiff rate is through the roof. He comes up with guys on scoring position time and time again, and I'm so sick of him striking out in big spots. Our boy Terry Collins, we've had on the podcast. You just asked me about my favorite show early on. If you don't hit, you sit. And Tyrone Taylor has not hit all year long. Enough is enough.
Yeah, he needs to be better. This team needs to address center field if you really want to put this team over the top, right? You can do it in two different ways. You can bring in a different starting pitcher or a bullpen arm. Obviously, in the pitching department, you can go out and address it and make this team better. But you can also go out and acquire a center fielder and lengthen out this lineup, which I think they desperately need. And at this point, Luis Robert fits the bill. It's a buy low candidate, change of scenery kind of guy. And I think he fits very well in New York. So that would be my name to fix this lineup for the Mets. But Tyrone Taylor, again, I don't want him off the team. I think he's a perfect fourth outfielder, and I can make the case he's the best fourth outfielder in the game of baseball today. But that's how deep your lineup can be if you're the Mets. You got to go out and get somebody better. So
his last 15 games, he's hitting 111.
And to Robert's credit, he's
111, 2 RBIs, 0 homers, 0 triples, and ready for this? 45 at-bats, 16 strikeouts.
Could call it
111. Too. His on-base percentage is 160, is about 150 over his last 15 games. That is, Dan, he's been on base 4 times in his last 15 games, and you're going back. Even when you go back, when you go all the way back to the month of June, so now we're talking 2 months, he is hitting he's hitting right at 150 over 2 months. You're talking 40 plus games. He's hitting 150. It's enough. And I agree, you can have him as a fourth outfielder, late game defensive replacement. If you bring a Luis Robert in here, who I don't want, but at least he supplies a little power, he's a hell of a fielder. You could take Nimmo out late. You could take Soto out late. You could use him as a pinch runner. That's fine. I'm totally fine with that. Marte could play in the field every once in a while. But let's be honest. If you bring in a Luis Robert, there's one odd man out, and it's going to be Tyrone Taylor. Because Jesse Winker's coming back. Starling Marte is going to be here on this postseason roster. You are not carrying 6 outfielders on a postseason roster. Just not happening. Mm-hmm. I hate to say it, he's the odd guy out. He's been a rock here. And until Winker comes back, you don't have to make that move. But 150 over 45 games, this is the major leagues. This is not Pee Wee. And he comes up with guys on in big spots way too much and fails way too much. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't want Robert. I'd rather that trade earlier that I proposed. You want to take Mitch Keller out of it? Fine. Get me O'Neal Cruz in here. Give me that upside. He's not happy in Pittsburgh. They're not happy with him and his work ethic. Everyone says he's lazy. Fine. Bring him on a World Series aspiring team. Get him in a locker room with Juan Soto, Francisco Lindor. Let him see their work ethic. And listen, Luis Robert's been on the worst team in baseball that we've probably ever seen over the last couple of years. But anybody is over Tyrone Taylor. Luis Robert, think about this. Luis Robert is hitting 230 over his last 45 games. It's literally double what Tyrone Taylor has hit over his last 45 games. Something's got to change. And it's big positives tonight, but we have to also address the negatives. I love the grit of this team. Some great defensive plays. Lindor over the middle. Alonso saved probably 5 errors today. Gets the big out at the end of the game. But changes need to be made. We all know it.
Definitely.
Any final thoughts, Dan?
A great space again, Ray. It continues to be, and another good win for the Mets. That's the best way I could put it tonight. All around good win. The offense wasn't this crazy explosion, but you got the job done. And I think at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. And we could sleep well tonight knowing that we won this series, and hopefully we can get the sweep tomorrow. So
we'll probably see you guys back for tomorrow night's post game. Probably won't be alive. Obviously, this is late, so it's easier with the family sleeping and stuff. But give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content. Share it with a friend and consider becoming a member to be guaranteed to get your stuff read live on air. Let's go Mets. And I will say this, we don't need to wait till Thursday to make a move. Make it happen, David Stearns. Put some juice on this team. And let's go Mets. Peace.
Let's go Mets, everybody.